This is a place I kind of forgot about until I rewatched a video that I had done. And it's kind of kicking myself for forgetting about it because it's such a highly structured, really cool area. Superb. I like how they do the bends and then they'll have another one come dead center out of it. And it's funny how they put that one, this one here, comes to the edge of it. That one here comes to the other edge of it. They're definitely back. Wherever they go in the winter, they're back. Look at the little thing here. They placed all that up there to make the asterisk off a broken branch. That's pretty neat. Wow. You see how that center one comes out into that break, connects it, and then they bent one in to connect there. See, and that's from recently, like probably in the last week. I see all their foot impressions. It's all here, guys. They're back for sure. You can actually see the heel. You can see where the heel gouged and their foot went up that way. Look at this. It's just disturbances. There's a brand new break here too, right there. This is the stuff that I don't find all winter until now. It'll really start picking up here in the next month. Like it'll be a lot of it in these areas in the next month. Look at that. You can see the disturbances that they've been in here. I mean, you could see their prints coming back out. You know, they're here. There's a. Sorry, my gimbal's being stupid. I gotta get a new one. Let's see. Here's one right here. And when you find their foot impressions, it's absolutely them. You know, if you know their foot impressions, it's them. You'll see the bulled out shape on the heel. You know, and I can see the whole foot impression first, and there's always a bulled out shape on the heel and the big toe. Unless part of their foot hits on a harder part of ground where it don't do it, but and it's funny because I know this is a C spot here. And this is even before I look up and I see their X's and their structure right around it. Look at this. X, 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 X. Trident. Most of you know their structure, and at least where I post and stuff. Some don't, and I explain it. And I show it because there's always going to be somebody new that, you know, you can open their mind. Release their mind. Here's the ground teepees. These are cool. Now this one ain't so much, but you can see where 3 are on that way, 2 come into this point and up. Yeah, these are, see all those coming from that way, right? Look at these ones. They all come to one central point. Beautiful foot impressions. See if this one shows up. Right here. Absolute foot impression. Here's another one. Let's see. I'm trying to see it on the camera where that leaf is. That's bowled out. Beautifully bowled out right here. And this is the front of the foot. I've been through this section once, and but I have been back here a lot. Like I've been through the front part of this by the dirt road and through what I call the gravel pit hangout. I've showed a lot of that, and then up behind that they got a major hangout back in there. Like the most I've ever smelled them was back across there. Look at the structure in here. Quite a bit of it. That's awesome. Where did this one come from? Somewhere, I'm not sure where, but look how they jammed it all in there. There's a bunch of them jammed in here. Beautiful structure. Look at the bend, and then look directly behind it. They have an X into a teepee type structure. See the X? Symmetrical X into a teepee type structure. That's just, I call it 2-stick teepee. It looks like a, you know, a one-dimensional teepee. Look at all the little ones they put in here. 3 identical. 4 identical. Loudest. You can hear the highway. I've been across the highway. I went in there springtime, and it was about this time of year. There was snow on the ground yet, but it was melting really fast. And I walked up through there, and I was finding some really neat stuff. And where I come back out to the vehicle, Sasquatch had actually followed my tracks back out to where I had parked, like literally followed my boot prints. And the reason I went back to look is because where I parked, there was one vertical suspended across in front of me. And that went, I look there every day going to work, I look there, and one day it was gone. I'm like, well, okay, I know something happened to it. So it was about 2 days after I noticed it was gone. Me and my wife and kids drove up there with the van after we were at my wife's parents, and pulled up in there. They had broke it off, and you could see the tracks coming out that paralleled mine. You could see they were all in a line. They were melted out. You couldn't see any toes in it, but absolute Sasquatch tracks. And what he did is he broke that off, and I don't know if it was, I don't know why. Maybe he just curiosity followed my tracks out to see where I went to, would be my guess, and then decided to take that parallel one down, and or horizontal one down, and restructure. But broke it off, moved it about 20 yards to the left, and leaned it up into some other structure. Oh, I love this time of year. Loudest wood knock I had. Across the highway, there's a part where it's thick pines, right? And you can't, I mean, it's open underneath, but you can't see through. You know, not very far at all. And, you know, I would say, if it was my guess, probably from here to maybe those trees away, it was just the loudest wood knock I've ever heard in my life. Or whatever they do. I don't know if they knock or not. What do you guys think of that one? Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, they know me here. They've never hurt me. How cool is that? That is really cool. See the leaned one in the background? Let's see. Yeah, is that it? No, that's the front one. There's one right in the background there. Yeah, it's hard to see. You can see it right through that hole. But that's the dead center for the top, I think. Like when you line that up, other things line up, you see where that bend is? And then where it Y's, that's probably where that's going to come across. Then the structures in the background will line up too. See the structures in the background? All this stuff will line up and make one big picture. He's coming. Here he comes. He's like, oh, that's not my buddy. Oh. Wow. Like, this stuff just blows my mind. It blows my mind. You know, and I know some other people say they don't go anywhere. You know, and they have things happen and all that. Well, here they do. It gets pretty dead here in the winter for any activity. No, and I know there's been sightings in the winter here and stuff. I'm not saying they all go. You know, maybe some stay. I don't think they're stuck to a certain place by all means. That's just not my thoughts on it. This I've seen where yesterday, where they use these stumps as, I believe, to pull energy up. They piled branches on those two different huge stumps like this yesterday. I found where they piled branches and were drawing energy up and out of it, and then having kickers that pointed, which I think those tridents and the ones that kick up and point, I think they beam energy to the next structures. I can't think of any other reason why they'd be pointing to the next structures all the time. Holy moly. Look at that track, guys. Look at that. That's the top. Here's the heel. That ain't even showing up. Anyways. Where are you guys? I know you're here somewhere. It's okay, guys. I'm trying to be careful. Try not to wreck your stuff. I am very glad to not have to deal with the snow anymore. But wood ticks come right away. I've had a lot of deer ticks on me, but I haven't had one attach yet. I'm pretty careful. Like I always can, always look down at my pants, because the front of your pants is where they'll be. And then I burn them off. Here's the teepee type structure. See where they all come up into this point. A little structure and above it. And look behind it. This is cool. That's awesome. Wow. This is the symmetrical X. A little bit more going on with this one with that. And it comes up into a 2-stick teepee. Look how perfect that is. They kept it attached. Here's one of the big teepees. Where they use the trees. Don't break them or nothing. They're all leaned into one point. Right up into that point. Even all this ground stuff is them. They do this. They do all this stuff. Look at the trident one here. This all connects. If it don't connect and it points, it's pretty darn sure they're beaming energy to the next structure. That's awesome. Double bend that. See, it all comes perfectly in between the 2-stick TPX. Another one through it, it's an asterisk. And then look behind it, second bend. Oh man, there's a lot more than that. There's a lot going on. I don't explain. I explain little pieces of it just to open people's minds, because it just don't happen unless they're placed. There's a nice big tracks right here. One here. One here. Woo. Look at all the structuring through there. All the ground structuring. This spot here is a lot of upright structuring right here. Stepping in their prints. When you step in their prints, you feel it. You feel the divot of the heel. You feel the arch part in the center, the ridge part, and then you feel it. That's really neat. Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember that one. Holy moly. Wow, that's freaking awesome. That's mind blowing. Look at this, you got 3 of them right here. All coming to one point, right in front of it. All Trident type ones. And when I'm dead center of the X, let's see where it lands. Right on the Tridents, guys. Moly. See this? Look at this one coming through. But look at the one that's brought from way over here. Bent all the way in under that. Which makes it all the way across into the next structure. Okay, this don't just happen, right? Like if this fell, it would have bent this one just right over. It took something to bend it back on itself. It's literally bent way back to here. And that, mind blown. That is freaking awesome. Look at that. I always look for the broke off ones in the background, because see that one broke in the background? That's probably the dead center marker. So when that lands, see the branches underneath that? Look at the design that makes. Kind of wonder what they think of me when I'm showing their structure. Remember the one I showed to the right, underneath that pine? Look how it mirrors itself with black and white. Comes the opposite way. Makes a perfect square right where I'm standing, and I'm standing right in front of this. I think I'm right on the point of where I'm supposed to stand. Look at this one. Look how they bent that down in there. Right down and under. The teepee's right, teepee type structures right behind me. All to a point. All trident type ones up there. You guys will be surprised. Not only that, they structure them. Like now, if I was to stand over there, it would be structured on point this way with the structure behind me. I mean, everything is, it's not just, you know, I'm standing here and that all lines up. I mean, it lines up all around. Like, it's hard to comprehend, but that's how they that's how they work. Man, the foot impressions in here are amazing. The ground's still soft. You know, there's leaves, so it don't leave perfect prints, but it leaves really good impressions. This is what's behind it right here. That's pretty cool. It's pretty clean here. Right behind it, it's pretty darn clean. Oh, I didn't notice that either. Right behind it is a bunch of mounds. Bunch of mounds. Well, there's a whole bunch of mounds right here. The mounds actually extend. There's some up here. I might be able to go live here. Let me check my 4G 1 bar. Maybe not. Might be good enough to go live here though. Not all that far from a town. 4G 2 bars. I think I'd get enough service to actually go live here. So I might plan to do that. Ooh, look at the X. There's a seat spot right behind that, guys. Yeah, here's the seat spot. They're packed down. There's a seat spot packed down right behind that. That's just awesome. One of my favorite birds, ravens and crows. I absolutely love them. Look at them. They've been circling me. Where'd you go? he's going that way. I don't know if I got him on camera or not. They're smart. I said sometimes there's so much stuff going on the ground you can't miss it all. I mean, I be as careful as I can be and respect them the best I can. That's cool. Is that like a double triangle with an X? There, I got an owl. Woo! You guys have really awesome structures, guys. You know, and it's not like it's dead silent around me. I can hear movement. You know, probably 50 to 100 yards outside of me. I can hear movement. It wasn't an owl. It was a goose. Geese. Nobody comes in here. Nobody wants to walk through this stuff, you know? You know, in 3 years of doing this, I have never been threatened by them, ever. In 3 years of doing this, they have showed nothing but kindness to me and my family. They love my kids. They, the things they do is they interact with my kids the most. Like when they do things, they interact, and it's always something to do with my kids. Like where we gift them, and it's always thoughtful, and it's always with good intent. They do it with, you know, it's nothing evil behind it. So when people say Nephilim, I disagree. I disagree highly. I have something coming behind me. It's either a deer or timber wolf or coyote or something of that sort. It's got the it's got 4 legs. It's not 2 legs. Woo! 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 Yeah, here's a cool one. Two broke. I'm looking right now. Only one of them came from here. That's an old break. That's an old break there. It's gray. Yeah, I'm not sure where they got those ones from, but they were broken, placed in there from somewhere. I bet you that was, yeah, exactly. That fits. I can tell actually because of the angle of that and how that is and how that's bowled out. That fits within that, so this goes on this side of it. We got back here. There's a rut system. See that? I don't know. Sometimes I get a sense to not come closer, like right now. This is one of those times. Like I feel like I should not go any closer to that, and I'm gonna respect that. I respect that. It's okay, guys. Even if they are there, somebody would be like, you know, why don't you go see if they're there and get them on camera? I don't care. Would it be cool? Yeah. But I'm not gonna go against my emotions and my feelings within. That's a really pretty oak tree. There's a clear pathway right next to the next, that's red maple and a pine tree, but there's a clear path all the way to the next one. Holy moly. There's some, is that feces? Looks like. Well, it's just red and black dirt. I just stepped in a print. I can see his next print right here. It's a pretty big boy. Boy or girl. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Probably 16, 17 inch print. Absolutely highly used right there. What's behind it? Here's the crazy part where you got the, see the leaves? No, hardly any leaves. A lot of leaves. Right past it, hardly nothing. You can see their little glyphs. See their glyphs right up here? This is them too. You see? Sorry. The vibrating is my gimbal. As soon as I face downwards to show this triangle type structure. Let's go see what else we can find. They laid up in here. Just gotta kick down over to that, then over again. It's really dark up in there. There's a pathway this way. Yeah, see the pathway heading that way. Ooh, the sap's running. This tree is really wet right here. Sap's running right out of it. It's more than likely from this year. This structure. I like that. That's neat how they laid that across there. There's an X right behind it there. There's a second absolutely perfect X with one leaned in front of it. And behind it. I like how they did that one too. Later right up in there. This one actually lands dead center of an X right up here. Wow. What do they have going on here? Holy moly. Wow. What are you guys doing tonight, huh? That's pretty cool. That's all underneath pine trees. This. So I figured with the X that was on this side here, I figured they probably have seat spots possibly back behind here. And there's like a bulldoze trail here. Here's the X. I think this is where I found bones up in here in seat spots. They like bones. They're always usually bleached out or older bones. Yeah. When you find a random bone bleached out, or a turtle shell that's empty, or a beaver skull, pay attention to see if it's packed down there, if there's any little structure or glyphs around it. It's dark in here. Holy moly. Must get flashlight out. What you guys doing? I probably keep pushing you out of areas, don't I? really hidden in there. Like I'm seeing definite spots where they're setting through here. Look at that little structure. You guys ever notice these tighter spots? It's like more open underneath, like they stay, I think, on all fours. Oh, and I'm trying not to break this stuff, but it ain't gonna work. Sorry guys. They said if they have a problem with it, they'll definitely push me out of here. I'm being as careful as I can. Look at this. Absolute beautiful triangle structure. It's bent pretty darn good. Holy moly. This to the left. That's pretty mind blowing. So he was up in one of these really thick spots. I found some bones right by a seat spot. I mean, it's definitely barricaded. Look how barricaded. They got one big tree coming in. Look at their structure in here, though. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing structure. Yeah, man, it's really cool in there. That is so thick. But at the same time, I mean, if you stay low, it's pretty open. And you can actually see the spots in here. It's just, it's drastically barricaded. Look how barricaded this is here. Woo. See if they got a way into this place. Wow. It's always, you always have to zigzag to get into these. It's not an easy path in. Look at this, guys. Look how open this is. Look at that. It's thick, but it's clean underneath it. Like it's a filthy mess. Not a filthy mess, but highly barricaded into it. And then this, I mean, it just deters any normal person from coming into here. Wow. It's like a whole nother world in here. Holy moly. Woo. What you guys doing? This is one of your homes, huh? Look at that. How cool is that? That's a beautiful little structure there. That is really cool. There's like a teepee structure right there, a little one. See all those little white ones going in? There's like a nest type thing right up in there. What you guys doing? I gotta learn to get lower. Beautiful ground X up in there. Ouch. Those two right up to the same point going up the tree. Wow. There's a 2-stick teepee one right to the right of me on the ground coming up to this next tree. There's some sort of a nest type thing there. That's a seat spot. There's seat spots all over through here. It's like a bowl. It's bowled out. There's some more right behind me here. Bowled out. Wow. Well, I just got a pile of branches right there. Well, it's one of those moments where I feel like I need to move on. Thank you guys. Thank you for not killing me off. They could snap my neck like no tomorrow, but they never do. Sorry guys, trying to be careful. Working my way out of here. There's one right back there recently. Broker picked at. Huh, that's kind of weird. Look at this. Absolutely perfect, amazing place decks. There's a trail right through it. Right through the thickness. Right through it. Yeah, that's a fresh break. What are they doing? They were literally digging with the end of that stick, guys. Oh my goodness. I'm not kidding. That's like shoved in there a little ways into the dirt. Yep. This is a seat spot. I'm in a spot. I'm in your spot, huh, bud? They're back. I mean, this is like recent. I know I'm in your spot, ain't I, buddy? I'll leave you be. It's okay, guys. It's really cool in here. I like your home. I'm trying to be careful. I'm just a big ogre. I'm a clumsy human. Probably one of the more careful ones, but I still don't move like you guys at all. So I'm gonna crush that. I don't move like you guys at all. I'm a clumsy human. Looks like feces almost. Yeah, it's definitely old feces. Woo. Another perfect path through. Man. I think this might be wintergreen, or let's see. Nope, not wintergreen. I think I tasted one with. I was out with my stepbrother and my son. I come across those, and pretty sure I tasted one then. I didn't swallow it, spit it out, but I'm not sure what they are. They're probably not deadly. It's probably one of those things that one little tiny bit will kill me off in 10 minutes. Woo. I'm working my way back out, guys. Man, they got so much structure in here. Yeah, they know I know. They know I know they're here. They still follow their rules of no direct, they won't come up to me and shake my hand. Or come hang out with me. I'll keep asking them. I would prefer if they started hanging out with me in the daytime. Yeah. I'd come join you guys in the day. I'd come sit with you, help you peel some bark. You guys could teach me structuring, and I'd go through the woods and help you structure. I comprehend what your structuring looks like, but I'm not quite sure if there's certain positions or if how they're supposed to face, you know, towards the sun on certain ones, or oh man, the structure in here is mind blowing. I'd help you guys. I would. Would you guys let me help you with your structuring? Or would I mess it up? You're probably thinking I wreck your structuring. I try not to. I don't think they do. I think this is mind blowing. There's an absolute amazing asterisk in front of that tree. Teepee. Absolutely beautiful place, teepee structure. Right here. Teepee type structure right behind it. Another 2-stick teepee X upside down. Yeah, I definitely hit another main part of their hangout. What do you guys think? You know I know, don't you? You know I never hurt you. Look at that, guys. Holy moly. They all cross at the same exact point. I think I heard, I gotta get out of here. Pretty sure I heard some timber wolves up there. I'm gonna head this way. It's okay, guys. Get my butt out of here. Well, I'm leaving, guys. It sounded like howling across there. Of course, right where I got a I'm right in the middle of their main drastic structure freaking hangout right now. It's dark. It's dusk. I mean, it's dark. I mean, I can't see anything here. A little bit, maybe. Trying to be careful, guys. Oh man, it's so structured here. I'm almost to the road, I think. Yep. Beautiful X. Structuring along this road is amazing. Sorry, guys. Doing the best I can. There's my truck. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Woo. Oh, I got gifts for you guys I'll leave up here. I have some stuff for you. Yeah. I got some organic Cliff Bars. They're mainly, it's the almond butter, the almond filled ones. They're freaking tasty as all heck. But, you know, that's one thing I'm pretty certain they eat is like pine nuts and all that stuff. So I believe that'd be right up their alley. Keeping an eye open. Back this side is where that sounded like howls, maybe. Possible. Like I said, most of the time they just leave you be. Not all the time, though. I walked up on a timber wolf one time. I hit a smaller river, and I was coming out onto the river. It was froze, middle of the winter. I mean, froze thick, and I started walking up towards this one bend. Well, here comes a timber wolf. Had no idea I was there. Coming around the other side of the bend, and I saw it. You know, and I was pretty certain he was alone. I didn't see any other ones, but those are a snipe or woodcock. I don't know the difference.